Hello friends, welcome to Knowledge India once again. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about some of the tips which you can follow to actually be long-term successful in the software industry. This is not going to be a very long video, but I'm gonna give you a few tips and some practical scenarios around it, certain examples from my own career and experience, and also from my friends. And I hope that helps you. Okay. So, number one in that is be eager to learn and dive deep. Now, for many of the professionals, people are actually thinking to just try and make their way towards success uh, in a by doing some shortcut, but it doesn't work that way. If you are here in the industry for a long game, then trust me, you should be ready to actually get into the depth of topics. Doesn't matter whichever area you are dealing with. Okay. Now, many of the times I've seen that people, when they start their career, they might be in a particular job role which they don't like. So there are two types of scenarios possible there. One is that it's just that you did not get the type of job which you wanted. So because of that, you don't like it. And the second thing is, uh, doesn't matter what you wanted, whatever you have got, you just don't like it, right? So one thing which I always suggest learners is there is no point in being at a place and not liking it. At least for long, you should not be there. So you need to work out your way in such a manner that either you either you adjust with that particular technology or with that particular role and try to do better and better in that particular role every day. Trust me, there is no particular job profile which is bad or something where there is nothing to do better. Many of the times I've seen that people who are there in the testing field, for example, they say that I've just been doing testing for past X number of years and I don't know what else to do. That is a bad situation to be in. And if you are just doing the same type of work for the past 8 years or 9 years or 10 years, actually you have done the mistake. So don't do that mistake that you just do one type of work for 8, 9, or 10 years. That's not a very good thing. But at least when you are getting started, and even as you move forward, always remember that you should be eager to learn new things, and you should dive deep into whatever you are working. If you just think that I will be able to do my job just by getting surface level knowledge, and I will not get into the finest depth and understand how things work, you will not be able to last long. So please uh, always try to get into the depth of subject which you are working on. Number two is learn to respect your time and others as well. Um, so it's very important that you understand the value of your time, and same for others as well. Uh, I've seen that in many of the companies, when you are in the start of your career, people actually, just try to extract juice out of you, really. Yeah, that's what happens. There is no limitation on the number of hours which you are working every day. And many of the times people actually say that it is because of the fact that in the company the environment is not fine, and I'm just there. Please understand, you are there, that's why somebody is able to do that with you, right? If you are actually not happy with people taking your time, more than the required number of hours, then first thing, you should be brave enough and confident enough to get up and talk about it. And even after that, if somebody is not ready to correct things, you should be in a position that you can go and get other job. Now, in order to gain that confidence, yes, for many people it might happen that you find it difficult to gain that confidence. But trust me, you need to do that if you want to save yourself from getting exploited. There are all types of companies operating in the IT or software world, and though doesn't matter how much good offices are shown in the brochure and things like that, and things are advertised, but uh, inside the way it works is this global delivery model, where your customer sits in one part of the world and you are there in the other part of the world. It is expected out of you that you would be flexible enough to work in customer timings, right? Even if not all your 8 or 9 hours, you should be able to work a couple of hours, and you do not even realize that when those couple of hours go into more and more number of hours. So it's very important, guys, that you respect your time first of all. And what I've seen is that many people do not respect their time because they ultimately don't have anything to do out of work. They don't have any hobby, they don't have anything else constructive going on for which they think that, where they will be putting, their time and they'll be able to extract something better. Rather, what they think is, why not let me just do invest more and more time in the work itself, and then, I'll be getting promotions and things like that. So please understand, nobody's saying that you should not be working hard. You should be you should do your best at your work. But please understand, you should know that where do you have to draw the line, because if you're not gonna do that, you will never get time for yourself. That's how the nature of jobs, it's that's how the nature of jobs is changing these days. So please understand that you respect your time and invest your time at right places. That's very, very important. The next point is around be open to try out new things, venture into unknown areas. Most of us try to deal or work with the technology or with the role in which we are comfortable. If you're put into a particular situation with which you haven't dealt earlier, uh, the first reaction most of the times is that I would not be able to do it, or you get worried. Let me tell you something really good in this scenario. Let's say you have a boss and your boss is putting you to work on a new technology. For an example, let's say you are being asked that, can you go ahead and do some particular job on a new cloud platform. Now, you do not know that cloud platform, or let's say you do not know cloud itself. One way of looking at this scenario could be that, see, I'm being asked to do something which I don't know at all. So, I'm in a bad situation, it might not go well and things like that. So I should try to stay away from this situation, right? That's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at the same situation is, first thing, my boss is asking me to do this, even when he also knows that I do not know about it, or in case he doesn't know, it's my responsibility to let him or her know that I don't know about this new technology. But even after that, if he is asking me to work on that, what are the good things? First thing, he has got some amount of trust that he's allowing me to work on that new stuff, right? That in itself is a great thing. I mean, you are getting opportunity to do something new, and somebody is trusting on you even when you don't know the stuff. Just try to think, if you are running a company or if you are having some of your own work, would you allow someone who doesn't know that stuff, would you allow that person to do it? Actually, you might not allow him. But if within the industry or within your company you are getting any such opportunity, you should be open to take that up. Always remember one thing: you learn the most when you are doing the things where you are not comfortable, because that's the place where you start figuring out things. So be open to venture into unknown areas, uh, areas which you have not worked earlier. And if you are getting an opportunity, Be ready to get in there, and you will really learn a lot more than what than anywhere else, or whatever stuff you were doing earlier. Compared to that, you will learn a lot more. So be ready to explore new areas always. Work on your communication skills. Very, very important, guys. Now, I've seen people who have got X numbers of years, let's say 10 years of experience, 15 years of experience in the industry, but they have not polished their communication skills. At least one thing you need to do right, which is that you need to work on your grammar, right? So that you write correct emails and you are able to talk properly. Now, how much expressive you are, how well do you present? If you are able to present very well, that is an added advantage. But at minimum, remember that you are gonna be dealing with a lot of emails or instant messages and things like that. You should work on your communication skills so that you are able to actually pass on your message easily, correctly in the first time. I've seen numerous emails where people read 4 lines, and even after that, they are not able to understand that what the other person is saying. So such things actually complicate. So always remember that in your communication, you should be able to articulate very clearly what are your observations. If you have any doubts, call that out clearly. What are the next steps, or what actions are you suggesting, or what actions you are going to take? Write those things very clearly. That's very, very important. And of course, spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, such things don't do. Uh, there is there is no harm in taking 5 seconds more and actually reviewing whatever you have written. I actually remember one of my senior. Uh, she used to she used to read every email before she sent, before she actually sent it. It used to take probably 5 extra seconds, but she used to do that. And uh, and I realized that that actually added a lot of value. So I would suggest that all of you try any technique which you like, but always try to improve on your communication skills. That's very, very important. Okay. Of course, it also means how do you talk on calls, etc. But I think that in itself is a big area which we can talk about. In case you would like to hear about it, let me know in the comment section. We'll probably make a separate video around it. But work on your communication skills. No one will help you if you don't take the first step. Many of the times we just sit and regret that we are not getting the right opportunity, people are not giving us the right project or not involving us in doing things. Please understand that no one is just there to take care of you every day. Okay, nobody really does. So if you think that you can do more, if you think you have more capability, uh, be okay to talk about it. You know, you can talk about it to your manager if your manager is listening to you. If your manager is not listening to you, you can talk to your colleagues about it. You can talk to other team members about it, maybe some other seniors or juniors, but be open about expressing this thing that you are ready to get involved, that you want to do more, you want to take more responsibilities. In many of the scenarios, what we have seen is employees actually want to do more, but they never express it, they never talk about it. And generally at the year end discussions, it happens that um, they say that it was never told that I should be doing this. While on one hand, yes, it's true that uh, managers and top leadership should try to set up goals for you. That's there, yes. But in case you feel that you have some more bandwidth, you are not totally squeezed, and you have some bandwidth where you can go and do something more or contribute, or let's say you have interest to do something more, be very much vocal about it. talk about it, and probably remind couple of times to your managers, to your seniors, to your colleagues, and you will start seeing more and more opportunities coming your way. So that would really help you. Number six here is, if someone is better than you, get inspired instead of feeling jealous. Um, we often see that at our workplace, in our neighborhood, or wherever in our friend circle, there will be people who are better than us. It could be in anything. It could be in their knowledge, it could be in their looks, it could be in their way of dealing things. So, if you have one such person or many such people around you, learn to get inspired from it. You should also try to become better, but instead of that, many of the times we get into mode of comparison and we start feeling jealous many of the times. Don't do that. That's not gonna do good. If you are jealous of someone, you will not be able to grow because of it. Instead of that, if you actually try to see that what the other person does well, and if the person is really doing well, try to maybe learn some of his or her qualities, and that would help you. Because see, many of the times we actually become very short-sighted. We start thinking that, I'm person A and a person B is doing better than me, and then you're constantly comparing between both of you. Instead of this, try to think that it's not that you are just going to remain in one job or one team forever. It doesn't work that way. People change jobs, people move from one place to another, and all you carry along with you is basically your qualities. So why not put all your efforts in actually building those qualities? So if you see people with better performance, with better qualities around you, always try to learn from that and try to, you know, actually bring those qualities within you. Try to work on that. That will surely help you. And the last point here is around um, learn a bit of various things. So you would have heard about the statement, jack of all, master of none, right? So what I'm saying here is be master of one. So instead of none, we are saying here one. Be master of one, but there's no harm in being jack of all as well. Uh, I've seen a lot of people who do quite well and go deep into one of their technology areas in which they are working, but they do not explore things outside of it. So while going into depth of one particular technology or one particular role is great, but along with that, it's very, very beneficial for you if you learn a bit of other things as well. An example of that could be, let's say you are a developer and you learn all about coding, you have learned about databases, SQL, PL SQL, all your normal stuff, Java or Python and all of these things. That's great. But in addition to that, learn a bit of network as well, learn a bit of maybe front end stuff as well, learn a bit of deployment techniques as well. Nowadays, developers know that automatically, but try to understand a bit of infrastructure as well, probably. You know, so you should have knowledge of a bit of other areas as well. You should not be totally dumb. Now, when I say a bit of knowledge, don't just you should not be in a situation that you have just heard the terms. Most of us have heard the terms, but you should try to invest some time to learn a bit more in depth in of of these topics which are outside of your main focus area. So that will place you in a better situation when you are dealing with other team members. You'll be able to understand what they are talking, and you'll be able to quickly grasp it and take it to next level. So those are some of the tips which I thought of sharing with you. Please let me know what do you think about this video in the comment section, and if you are interested in more such videos, please let me know and I'll try to make that. For other AWS and cloud videos, visit our channel and you will see a lot of videos there so you can learn easily. There are 150 plus videos on our channel. Take care, guys. We'll meet again soon. Bye bye. This channel teaches you AWS and Azure in really easy and practical manner. There are a lot of demonstration videos already on the channel. As you can see, a lot of professionals got benefited from our videos and you can read about them here. So if you are new, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon.